What's up? What's up? How are you doing? David Lamoureux here. How would you like to have more fun at home with your kids during this whole quarantine thing? So first off, how many of you have kids, and how many kids do you have? I would love to hear from you. I was thinking today, what could, with everything going on right now, what could I possibly go live with to help you? I was thinking, what do you need at this current point in time? So I compiled a list of 10 fun home games that you can play with your kids, and I actually found a list of 40 more games that you can play with your kids. So if you want that complete list of 40 games to play with your kids to help keep them occupied and not just bored out of their minds and driving you crazy, then let me know and I'll send you over this link so that you can get the rest of them as well too. But I went down this list and I compiled my top 10 favorites from this list, and I'm excited about sharing it with you today. So let's dive into it. Number 1, balancing beam game with colored tape. Now this one sounded interesting to me because you don't have to be outside and you don't have to use an actual balance beam where they could possibly fall off and hurt themselves depending upon how old they are. But what you do is you get colored tape, and this could be any kind of tape. It could be black, it could be duct tape, it could be, I guess, clear if they could see it, but it'd be preferred if you could get colored tape like yellow, green, red, and blue. And then you could actually make up different rules for each color of tape. So like you could say you can only hop on the red tape with your right foot. And then you could have it go around like the perimeter of the living room. And then whenever you hop to the blue tape, then you have to keep both of your feet together and you have to hop down the blue line, right? And then you could go to green or whatever and they can walk, feet in place. But if they fall off, then they lose. And then obviously the one that makes it to the end, they win. So I thought that one was really cool. This link describes it a little bit better than I can, but I thought that one was a really fun one. You can get really creative with it. Number 2, pitching pennies or the penny bounce game. So this is it's kind of another way to help to develop their motor skills, hand-eye coordination as well. Basically, you get a jar and you set it at the end of the table and you toss pennies into it. Very simple. Or you could change it up and you could have them bounce pennies off the table into that jar. So that's another fun one. That's pitching pennies. Number 3, the Little Tykes basketball goal. Do you have that little basketball goal, and have you seen it? Have you played with one of those yourself? My sister and my brother-in-law, they have one at their house, and it is the funniest thing. And if you're watching this, then you should let me know. You should drop a comment and let us know how fun it is whenever we all come over. What she does is they have plenty of little soft balls, just scattered around, and then they clean it up obviously at the end. But, there's so many of these little balls that everybody just starts throwing the balls into the goal, and like kids all the way up to, young adults and parents and grandparents. It's the funniest thing whenever we have like family reunions. Like so much of the family entertainment revolves around that basketball goal, and it becomes an awesome, fun activity that you can do with your family. So if you don't have one of those Little Tykes basketball goals, or if you don't have any of those little softballs, then you can just simply modify it and make it into a sock toss game. So you just take your socks, you can roll them up, and then you can throw them into the hamper. So you can do that with your kids. You can maybe even teach them how to roll up their socks and throw them into the clean drawer if you wanted to make a fun game out of putting away your clean socks or your dirty socks into the hamper if you want. So that's number 3. Number 4 is obstacle course. So this one should be a blast. You could set up an obstacle course throughout your house, maybe just through your living room. They have to go over this and under that, and then they have to balance beam walk on this. Maybe they have to hop onto this thing and hop off of that, and that should be a fun deal. Maybe you can make like a little couch cushion for it and they have to go under it. That one would be a blast. So that's number 4. Number 5 is follow the leader. So you could do follow the leader in several different ways. You could do a motion in one line, and they have to do that same motion following you in that line. And then you change the motion going in a different direction. Kind of like the game of horse and pig. Whenever you shoot with basketball, they have to mimic you, with the same move that you did. So this follow the leader. You could, figure out some kind of a fun, maybe twist and spin or jump or whatever, roll, and they have to copy what you did. Now you could actually, here's something fun. You could actually combo number 5 and number 4. You could have them follow the leader, you, around the obstacle course. How cool would that be? So there's number 5. Number 6, you can make a couch cushion fort together. And then depending upon how late it is in the day, I guess it doesn't really matter, but you could do a couch cushion fort, and then you could watch a movie together with your kids. So that would be a blast. Number 7, the ice tower excavation. If you made it this far in the video, you're going to love this one. This one was really, really funny and unique, and I thought it was so creative and fun. So the ice tower excavation, this one's hilarious. What you do is you gather some of their waterproof toys, and you go find a pitcher that has like, an opening that's kind of like this. And basically what you do is you put those toys inside the pitcher and you fill it with water. Then you freeze the water in the pitcher. And the reason why you get a pitcher with an opening like this is that way you can pull out the ice, or you could, turn it over and knock the ice out easily enough. So if the pitcher was like this, then it won't work. If it's like a bottle, it'd be really, really difficult unless if you cut the bottle open. But just find something that you have to where ice could, you could dump it over and you could dump it out in one solid ice block. And now it's an ice tower excavation where they have to rescue the toys. How funny is this one? So at first I was a little leery of this one. I was like, okay, what are we going to do? Give them like knives and pitchforks and like, the ice pick so they can get the stuff out? Like, no, that's not what you do. So what you do is you arm your child with the tools like salt, like eye drops, and like squeeze bottles so they can melt the ice around the toys. Okay, so nice and safe. Don't go giving your kids the ice pick. We don't want that. So that'll be a blast. The ice tower excavation. Number 8, hide and seek. Classic. Okay, just make sure that all the hard edges and hard corners are taped up or child-proofed up, right? Number 9, treasure hunt. Oh my gosh, this one would be so fun. You could hide pennies or treats around the house, and you could actually, if you wanted to take it one step further, you could create a treasure map where you draw it just like a treasure map and have X marks the spot. And if you wanted to get even more creative with it, you could have the X marks the spot as the first deal, not be the treasure, but a clue to go find the treasure. Okay, so or just go find another clue to then find the treasure. Me and my girlfriend were watching National Treasure a couple of nights ago, and it was just so cool. I was like, man, I think this kind of exploration and this kind of thing could get anybody excited. So have some fun with it. Make a treasure map, or make a map that goes to another clue that leads to another clue that leads to the treasure at the end, and have a blast with that. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. And then the listening game. This one here, I thought this one was really cool. Have you ever listened to, and my friends up there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you might recognize this from that radio station, 94.9. How many of you know what I'm about to say? So they did this listening game where it was identify the sound. They would play a sound on the radio, and you would have to call in to tell them what that sound is. So if you got it right, then you won a lot of money. And that's what this is. So you can take some of their toys. You could have them close their eyes, or you could put it behind your back or whatever, and make it make a noise and wait for them to guess what the noise is. Wait for them to tell you what, they have to tell you what the toy is. And whoever gets it right wins something. Wins the toy, or wins, I don't know, their allowance or part of their allowance or something like that. So you could teach them how to earn their keep. So yeah, that's number 10. And I thought that this was going to be a fun video for you, a fun list of games that you could play with your kids to help keep them occupied, and just to help you guys bond together, and also keep them from driving you crazy while we're all here stuck at home in quarantine. So if you want the list of 40 more tips, 40 more games to play at home, then reach out to me, let me know. And also, with everything going on right now, who do you know that would like to make some extra money from home? Okay, right now there's a lot of people that are being affected by the coronavirus, and if you are somebody that is looking to make some extra money from home, then feel free to reach out to me and I would be happy to share with you some information. Now, I know what you're saying. You're like, my kids are all, home and they're crazy. I'm way too busy. Well, I got news for you. This wouldn't work if it only worked for the people that have all the free time in the world on their hands. And just about everybody that comes into this business doing what I do, at first they say, I'm too busy for that. And then they realize that we can actually show them how to do it on the side in the nooks and crannies of their life. So this whole I'm too busy deal, it's not a very good excuse. It's actually the weakest one out there. You find the time, you make the time for the things that are important to you. Isn't that true? So if you would like to make some extra money from home, then reach out to me, let me know, and I would love to have a conversation with you. Please do it for your family. Don't do it for me at all. Do it for you. Do it for your family. Do it because you want to create a side plan, a plan B. And this whole quarantine deal, this is making what we do the most desirable way to make a living pretty much out there, especially right now, because have you realized that, how long that you can go without being able to make money from home? Okay. If it's kind of a scary time right now for you, then maybe it's a good wake-up call for you to say, hey, I need some other source of income besides my regular job. I can't depend on that. So this is a chance for you to take your financial situation into your hands and reach out to me, and I will help you see if this is a good fit for you or not. And if it's not, it's no big deal. But I would love to be able to help you to make some extra money from home right now, because that's what everybody needs. Okay. So I love you. Thank you for your views. I hope that you enjoyed these 10 games to play with your kids. And let me know if you would like some info on how to make some money from home, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. Thank you. God bless you. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye for now.